Hello, witches. I am High Priestess Orton Phoenix. Thank you for joining me here live tonight, either on Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube, for this very big and quite frankly controversial conversation that Hecate has asked me to share with you. So go ahead and share this broadcast for any witch that needs this very important word. Maybe the most important word of the month of May. And that word is bloodline versus chosen. Bloodline versus chosen. The continuous argument of you can only be a witch if you are born into a family of witches, or being chosen to walk the path of the wise. First and foremost, let's just get this out the way. Once again, like with every broadcast I do, what is the definition of witchcraft? Witchcraft is working with the energy found in nature to bring about real, significant, and permanently positive change. For many witches, finally, big abundance, prosperity for witches who do witchcraft. I believe that you can actually be both. You can be born in a family of witches, or you can be chosen. For me personally, I was chosen. I do not come from a family of witches. I am the first in my bloodline. It doesn't matter if you come from a family of witches or if you were chosen. So what does it mean to be chosen? It means since birth, you started to notice things about yourself. Maybe you have been able to always predict the future and you have never been wrong. That's me. Maybe you have had dreams that came true. That is me. Maybe you just know things and you don't know how you know them. That's me. Maybe you have healing in your hands, healing in your voice. You can talk to someone, you can touch someone and heal that person emotionally and physically. That's me. When you are born from a family of witches, almost everybody in that family is a witch. You have learned from those family members. What they know about witchcraft, they have passed it down to you. But like I've just said, I believe that you can be both. You can either come from a family of witches or you can be chosen. Hecate knows, if you are her devotee like I am, Hecate knows what time period you are going to be needed the most. That's why I am in the year 2026. Because this is the timeline in which I am needed the most. This is the timeline that you are needed the most. May you come from a family of witches or if you were chosen. Hecate saw something in you while you were still in your mother's belly and chose you to walk the path of the wise. You are not, let me say this, so there's no confusion. You are not obligated to answer the call. You can either be coming from a bloodline or be chosen. Or be chosen, be called. It's up to you. It's a decision that you have to make for yourself. This whole big argument about, oh, you're not a witch because you did not come from a family of witches. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. You do not have to come from a family of witches to be a witch. You are a witch if you do a spell and the spell works. Period. That's it. That's the only definition of a witch. Doing a spell and the spell works. That's it. That's all there is to say about that. If you are called to be a witch, that means you have something significant in your soul. You may be much more intuitive. You may have healing in your voice and your fingers. Something in this world to make it a better place. Because what would the world do with no witches? This competition of bloodline versus choice, being chosen, this has got to stop. This has got to stop. Witches have got to unite. You are not better than a witch who was called, who chose to walk the path of the wise. You are not better. Witches have enough shit to go through because they are witches, that we cannot fight amongst ourselves. Witches need witches. Witches understand witches. We have so much coming at us. Witches get blamed for so much. Witches bear so much. But we bear it because we know the world needs us. The world needs you and I. This fighting in our witch community has got to stop. It has got to stop. What are we fighting for? What damn difference does it make? You're a witch. A witch is a witch, is a witch, is a witch. No matter if you were born into it or if you were called. There are so many people in this world that has been called to be witches and ignore the call. And Hikase is not going to keep blowing up your spiritual phone for you to answer. She will simply move on to the next person. There are people who are born into families of witches and they are not a witch, and they are going through life the hard way. Instead of having prosperity, having success, having the life they know they were destined for, they are in poverty, they are poor, they are nobody, they are a loser. But that's not going to be you or me, because we're not going to fight amongst each other on whether you are better than I because you were born in a family of witches and I was not. It makes no difference. It makes no difference at all. It's stupid for witches to fight amongst themselves about this. If you come from a family of witches, that's fantastic. That's great if you come from a family of witches. And guess what? It's also okay if you don't. If you are called. If you choose to be a wise one. If you choose to walk the path of the wise. One is not superior over the other. One is not superior over the other. Every witch is different. No two witches are the same. But no two witches are better than the next witch. No. No. I need more witches uniting. And not arguing over who's better because they come from a family of witches or who was called to be a witch. I've just said I am the first witch in my family. I am. There's nobody else but me. I chose this. I was chosen for this. I was called to this. If you come from a family of witches, it's okay to accept others who came from a different walk of life than your own. It's okay. We have got to stop this fighting amongst us. We have enough enemies in the world. The damn church won't get off our back. The damn church won't stop telling lies about us. All this division among witches who come from a family of witches or who were called is going to bring the entire community down. We can't let that happen. We cannot let that happen. Witches have got to stand up for other witches, because we only have each other. Witches only have each other. We have nobody else. We have nobody else. Witches only have witches. If you come from a family of witches, you may be a little bit more knowledgeable than me. That's okay. I can learn what you know. If you were called to be a witch, yes, it's going to take a little bit longer to learn about the craft, but you will get there like I got there. It's not a competition. It's not a competition to see who is the better witch. And it's so infuriating that it has slowly become one in our community. That has got to stop. It's all a bunch of bullshit. It is. Witches have got to stop fighting amongst each other about this hot button topic. All this fighting just leads to distractions. It just leads to distractions. We need each other. I need you. You need me. And if you do come from a family of witches, your family members should have already told you this. If you were called to be a witch, your high priest or high priestess, or if you're solitary, your intuition should have told you this. That this fighting among us is going to fuck us up. Okay? It's going to fuck us up. We need each other. We have got to stop fighting. It doesn't matter. It does not matter if you came from a family of witches or if you were called. You are still a witch. You are still a wise one. You are still needed in this time period. If you were not needed in this time period as a witch, you would not be here. You would not be here if you were not needed in this time period of 2026. You would not. You would not. It seems like, I just had to come on here. Because Hecate put it in my spirit that we have got to stop all of this arguing. All of this fighting. And yes, my camera just almost fell off, but I captured my camera before it fell on the floor there. So ignore that little last bit that you just saw. I just caught my camera in time. My camera almost fell on the floor while I'm here live, but you never know what's going to happen, right? It's live, so anything can happen. Anyway, we have got to stop the fighting. We have got to stop the fighting. If you come from a family of witches, if you were called to the path of the wise, unite. Unite. We have got to stick together. We have got to be together. We have got to look out for each other. It makes no difference if you come from a family of witches or if you are called. It doesn't matter. You are still a witch. Your powers are still valid. You still have a place in this community. And I've noticed that some witches that come from a family of witches try to push out first generational witches, because it happened to me. When family witches found out that I was the first in my own family, they tried to push me out of the community. Like, she's not a real witch because she did not come from a family of witches. Actually, I am. I've just said that if you do a spell and the spell works, you are a witch. Witchcraft is working with the energy found in nature to bring about real significant and permanently positive change. You can't push me out of this community because I am the first in my family. You cannot push out another witch either because they are the first in their family. You cannot. A witch is a witch is a witch. And when you do that, you open up that door for non-witches to say, look, 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 look. They're fighting. Let's make things worse for them. Let's really put the pressure on them. Let's do something to corrupt this witch community. You do. You do. It does not matter if you come from a family of witches or if you were called. Both are witches. One is not superior to the other one. One is not superior to the other one. So that's it for this broadcast. Hecate told me to come on here and settle this very controversial topic at last. Once again, my name is High Priestess or Sephinus, who is anointed and appointed by the Queen of Witches to be a voice for witches who have ears to hear and hands to receive Hecate's best. Go ahead and share this broadcast with a witch or two or three witches who come from a family of witches or witches who are the first witch in their family, because both need this incredibly powerful word. And I will speak to you witches next time. Bye, everyone.